Daphne, bless her heart, is terrible at telling her own story. Her ex-fiancé Peter? A pro. He could spin even her worst moment, like face-planting into a trash can chasing her runaway hat, into a rom-com meet-cute. That's when I knew I loved you, Daphne, he says. Fast forward. Daphne's just a sad footnote in his new love story, this time with Petra, his platonic childhood bestie, aka the prettiest girl in the state. Once upon a time, Daphne and Peter moved fast, living together in Waning Bay, a proposal, her dream librarian job, until Petra attended his bachelor party and Peter came home, drunk on realizations, in love with Petra, moving her in, and kindly handing Daphne apartment listings to move out within a week. Such a shitty man. Minutes after Peter left her, Miles appeared on her doorstep with a 3-sentence breakup note from Petra. Daphne's brain processes one thing. Miles, how many bedrooms does your apartment have? Now she's sweating out summer in a shoebox apartment with Miles, Petra's freshly dumped ex. He is high, half-naked, blasting Bridget Jones on their first meeting, and somehow the most tolerable human in her life. Library work is Daphne's safe haven until Miles flashes Peter and Petra's wedding invite. They drink, hug, and end up at Meat Locker Bar, charming strangers with their swapped exes' sob story. Flirty banter follows them home, ending with a pact to RSVP yes to the wedding, just to cause trouble. Hangover morning brings a curveball. Peter calls, fishing about her RSVP. In a panic she blurts, "I'm bringing my boyfriend Miles." Daphne shyly confesses her lie to Miles, who is entertained, snapping a cozy selfie with her that she posts for revenge flavor. That night, she invites coworker Ashley to Cherry Hill Winery. Twinkle lights, laughter until hot drug dealer, aka bartender Miles appears, leaning into the fake dating bit. Gossip swirls, Ashley takes their first couple candid, and by night's end, Miles is driving Daphne for milkshakes and Petoskey fries under neon lights, dropping his philosophy, keep emotional expectations low so no one can throw you off course. He takes her to his hidden locals-only beach, bonfires, lake air, fries, a joint. She admits Peter took her sense of home. Miles promises Sunday adventures until she loves Waning Bay. Next Sunday, they embark on Miles's shopping trip road tour, ending at Lavender Fields and running into Peter. He trashes Miles. Daphne fires back, then kisses Miles on cue to get Peter off their backs. Back home, they swap family stories over burned asparagus, leaning too close to be just roommates. Proximity keeps fanning the flames, late-night shirtless run-ins, gripping his thigh on dune buggy rides, sheer pajama mishaps, and flirty, ex-free game nights. One movie night, laughter turns to touches, slow heat sparking into urgent kisses, until Miles's phone shatters the moment. He leaves her breathless, both of them knowing, you can't bottle this kind of chemistry. It's already out. Daphne's still riding the high and confusion from that almost hookup with Miles when the universe lobs a curveball. Miles is pacing, phone to his ear.
Seriously, Julia, next time ask before buying a ticket.
Julia, his 23-year-old chaos machine little sister, is inbound for a surprise visit. Nervous about crowding Daphne, Miles offers a safe word. If she needs her booted. Daphne waves it off, already teasing his mountain man beard. Minutes later, the door blasts open. Julia storms in, mocks his roadkill beard, side-eyes Daphne's obvious enthusiasm, and quickly busts their fake dating secret. She loves it. Then comes gossip. Petra messaged Julia that she is happy for Miles, proof the rumor mill's busy. Julia declares their next stop, booze and Daphne's infamous story hour at the library. Next morning, that's exactly where they are, Miles clean-shaven, jawline sharp as a sword. Julia cheers loudest, and Ashley joins them to plan a night at Barn, a barn-turn-bar with goats. Miles locks in a sunrise kayaking trip before work. At 5 a.m., grumpy Daphne is melting fast when Miles shows with chai. On the glassy lake, they ban ex-talk, swap childhood truths, and end up laughing, soaked, tingled. He murmurs,
"You're like a secret."
and her heart flips. Barn that night is all bourbon tea, fish tacos, line dancing. Miles's fingers find her sunburned shoulder, a lipstick smudge tweaks her jealousy, and she fixes his beard like he is hers. Next day, over lunch of bao buns, Ashley bluntly asks if they're sleeping together. Daphne admits to one amazing kiss, swears it's one time. Later, a lonely scroll through Petra's brunch pics drives her to join Ashley's poker night, cigars, sass, and the first flicker of maybe I belong here. Saturday, Miles plays coy about plans.
Put on something nice.
At a lakefront hotel, the banner reads, Senior Prom 70+ Edition. He has brought her to schmooze readathon sponsors and because he loves old people dances. Then Peter and Petra waltz in. Miles gives her the choice to run or stay. She orders 2 whiskeys and stays for the drama. They work the room. At dessert, Petra awfully compliments Daphne's style. Miles slides in.
This hot librarian is mine.
Daphne kisses him real enough to stun Petra, and they hit the dance floor, trading raw truths before she bolts outside, overwhelmed. Miles follows. She admits she's scared of being a prop. He swears it's real. Passion spikes in the truck until he halts, confessing messy family history. She tells him he's not broken. July hums with fireworks, fairs, and secret looks. Julia announces she's moving back for good. The apartment fills with sibling banter until she unearths Daphne's unworn wedding dress. Cue girls' night reselling wedding relics. Peer pressure shoves Daphne into the dress, which promptly traps her. Miles arrives mid-scene, calls her beautiful, and stages a zip rescue with chopstick, laughter, and a self-roast. Warm in his old tea, she admits his gift for making people feel special. Then dad ambush. Daphne's dad arrives with Starfire, Daphne's unknown stepmother. They're staying a few days. Daphne's torn between resentment and hope, but this time she's not alone. She's got Miles, Julia, Ashley, and maybe the beginnings of her own messy, chosen family. It's boat day on a beat-up pontoon, courtesy of Miles's hardware store/barbershop buddy. On board? Daphne's whole patchwork crew. Dad, his neon-bright new wife Starfire, Julia, and Miles. Starfire calls the day perfect every 12 seconds while Dad beams a warmth Daphne barely recognizes. The lake sparkles with small-town summer magic, beers sweating, sunscreen gleaming, laughter bouncing. Starfire dives into the lake first, Julia cannonballs. Dad follows with a tease about Daphne's fear of fish. For years, she watched this version of him from the sidelines. Today, she's in it. She strips down and leaps. The cold water is shocking and the laughter real. On a fireworks-lit beach that night, with Miles's knee brushing hers and Starfire toasting to "My beautiful new family," Daphne doesn't flee. She chooses the risk. Reality intrudes. Dad and Starfire's motel has bedbugs. A sleeping arrangement Tetris follows. They take her bed. Julia takes spare mattress, leaving Daphne and Miles bickering over the couch. Morning brings another shift. Julia's heading back to Chicago to get her final stuff. Friday, Daphne gets a first. Just her, Dad, and Starfire at a brewery, playing bocce, swapping stories. Her dad actually asking about her. Maybe families change, or maybe she did. Then another curveball. A stormy day at the library. Ashley out sick. Miles arriving with chai and bad news. Dad and Starfire are gone. No goodbye, just a note. The old not enough ache blooms and she snaps. By evening she blurts to Miles, "Take me somewhere I've never been." Miles drives to a hidden cove. No ghosts, just sun-dazzled water. She dives in first, laughing like someone new. In the shallows, his arms around her, he says,
I brought you because I want to, because this is real.
The ride home is all open windows and knotted fingers. Door closes and months of circling crash into kisses on the couch, counter, everywhere. Later, splitting pancakes on the kitchen floor, they make a pact, not for easy. For real. Sunday morning is slow sunshine, tea refills, sandwiches in the sun, dripping ice cream, music through open windows, a kitchen chair kiss. In bed, it's unguarded, soul deep. She drifts in his arms, certain she belongs. Monday, she's glowing until she remembers missing Ashley's birthday plans on Saturday. The fallout is sharp. Ashley walks away. That night, Miles flakes, texting something came up. Voices in her head whisper not to wait on people who won't hurry for you. A call from the Ocean City Library brings an interview, but it lands hollow. Tuesday, she tries peace-offering pastries to Ashley. The truce is polite, not repaired. That night, Peter shows up, broken up with Petra, wanting Daphne back. She says no without hesitation. He needles her about Miles and Petra. It stings, but she chooses honesty over old patterns. Wednesday is rain. She sidesteps Miles until he finds her walking home soaked. Helping Petra move made him late. He admits, no betrayal, just bad habits. But she needs more than words. She needs everyday choosing. He says,
I love you.
She says no, not without showing up. Work the next morning is frosty but polite. Ashley's civil, not warm. That night, while Ashley's at poker, Daphne slips into her gorgeous Bayside mid-century home with a roller, a sad girl playlist, and a make good on a broken birthday promise. Paint her bedroom. Every stroke is part apology, part please still be my person. Ashley walks in mid-roll, mid-guilt. After a dry, what the hell, joke, the wall between them cracks. They hug hard. Ashley admits insecurity fueled their fight. Daphne admits fault too. They talk about resentment, how loneliness distorts silence, and the fear of repeating old heartbreaks. Hope, they agree, is work, something you choose. The talk veers to love, Ashley's past, Daphne's mess with Miles, and the fear of letting something good slip away. Ashley listens like a friend should. No fixing, just hearing. Laughter returns. They've earned doing life their way. Ashley invites her to stay through the readathon. Sleepovers turn into pizza rolls, gossip, and Ashley's son Mulder declaring Daphne 45 and too old for sleepovers. Daphne nails her Ocean City Library interview. Ashley's ready with champagne. I don't want you to go, but I want you happy. One night, Daphne bumps into Julia, back in town. Julia calls her out, not for hurting Miles, but for acting like she doesn't care. She shares her own talk with Miles about their rough childhood and his fear of disappointing people he loves. Her verdict? Miles has always loved deeply. Daphne feels the truth. Ashley, Mulder, Julia, and maybe Miles, showing up, messy, scared, willing is enough. The night before the readathon, Daphne reads her dad's latest note. Affection, empty promises, a casually planned October visit. Distracting herself, she jumps into event prep, the library transforming into themed wonderlands. Then she learns Miles drove to Mackinac to tell her dad to show up for her, never telling her because he didn't want to give her false hope. So she calls her dad and, calmly but firmly, says she's done waiting. If he wants in, it's on her terms. Honesty and no disappearing acts. When she leaves, Ashley's there, steady. For once, Daphne's not waiting to be chosen. She's choosing herself. The readathon is pure magic. Julia mugs for kids, Ashley runs the show, Miles wrangles a kid swarm. By dawn, Daphne's cleaning up, savoring one of Miles's brownies. The knot in her chest loosens. On the lakeshore at sunrise, she thanks Miles. She knows what he did for her father. He explains why he vanished after their night together, Petra's tears, Peter's jabs, his fear that he wasn't enough. She tells him that's the old lie. She's getting her own place, not to run, but to stand on her own and choose him. 412 days later. The place smells of brownies, sounds like Celine Dion, and buzzes with welcome. Friends and family pack the living room, ribbing, retelling the fake dating saga. Miles lets Daphne tell their meet-cute, sliding his arms around her waist where Daphne starts their story with. Well, it's a funny story. Home, she realizes, is built from the inside out. Family can be chosen. Love is messy and better for it. A year ago, she was waiting for the other shoe. Now she's in the center of her story, surrounded, laughing proof that the best things are found when you stay. And that was Funny Story by Emily Henry, roommates to fake dating, lakeside summers, and enough emotional whiplash to rival a roller coaster. Now it's your turn. Were you cheering for Daphne and Miles from the start, or did Peter and Petra's drama suck you in more than you expected? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love reading your takes, the unhinged ones especially. If this summary made you laugh, swoon, or crave a glass of wine by the lake, don't forget to like, share it with your favorite bookish friend, and hit subscribe for more chaotic book summaries. See you in the next one. And remember, heartbreak might sting, but Emily Henry always makes it hilarious, hopeful, and just a little bit magical.